Welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. Today I'm talking another football food. We're doing a chimichurri marinated skewered skirt steak. Say that real fast. The skirt steak is kind of the inside the rib cage piece of meat. It's actually part of the diaphragm of a cow, but it's super tender, and that's what's great about it, and it's relatively cheap. Now you'll see it's got a lot of marbling, and you'll notice on the skirt steak that the grain is running kind of crossways, which is about opposite of what you think it would. And to really get this steak to be tender, you make sure you cut across the grain. The first step that we're going to do in this recipe needs to be done a day ahead of time. That's why it's a great football food. You do your prep on the front end, and then when it comes time to grill right before the game, it doesn't take very long. I've got two of these skirt steaks, and basically I'm just going to kind of split them in half, and we're going to need to cut them into strips so we can get on our skewer. So I'll take both of these and just kind of eyeball and split them about in half. And you'll notice it's kind of thin. We're going to cut these into strips across this grain here, and we're going to kind of bias the knife. And that's what's going to give us the width for our strips of skirt steak. So that makes a nice piece of steak, and the grain's running across it, so it's going to be really tender when it's grilled hot and fast. So I want to knock these out, and then we're going to talk about the marinade, where we're going to get all this great flavors, kind of Argentine style steak marinade we're going to put on this skirt steak. The skirt steak has a lot of marbling throughout it. You don't have to worry about cleaning it up too much. If there's any thick pieces of fat, you want to cut those off. But other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. So you can see these two skirt steaks yield a pretty good bit of meat for skewers, and since it's a football food, you know, you're just going to figure 2 or 3 per person would be a good number. The 2 steaks will feed several folks. Now, we're going to talk about seasoning these skirt steaks. I'm just going to lay them out, and the only thing I'm going to put on them is a little salt, a little bit of crushed red pepper, or cayenne pepper will work. We're just getting some additional seasoning on them. We're going to pick up a lot from our marinade, which we'll talk about that in a second. Kind of a little sea salt action. This cayenne can get hot, so you don't need a whole lot. Just a few pinches here and there. Let's get both sides done. A little salt on this side. Cayenne. Okay, now that we have the strips seasoned, we're just going to get them in a Ziploc bag. You know, do all this the night before the game. That way you're giving it plenty of time to marinate. These flavors are going to work on the steak. The marinade's going to really get some freshness to it, and it's going to be great on the grill. And what we have for the marinade is a chimichurri sauce. And what a chimichurri is, it's fresh herbs. We're using flat leaf Italian parsley. We've got some cilantro. I use 2 bunches of each, and then it's got a couple cloves of garlic, some onion, some fresh lemon juice, and use a little bit of vinegar and olive oil, and it makes just a great sauce. But the flavors need to gel. They need to come together. So you want to chop this up real fine, get it all combined, and get it in the refrigerator and let it set for about half a day. And it's even going to make this sauce better. And I want to use half of this as the marinade, because the rest I'm going to hold for a dipping sauce when we get ready to serve these. So I'm just going to spoon some of it into the bag with the steak. The rest of it I'm going to put aside. We'll serve that when it gets done. Now we're just going to mix it all around. You want to give this several hours. You know, I want 3 to 4 hours in this chimichurri marinade. But if you go overnight, that's even better. What I would do for a game day, let it sit the day before, take them out, get them on skewers, then put them in some kind of container where you can transfer them out to your grill real easy, or go in your cooler if you're out tailgating. I've got it mixed up pretty good here. We're gonna let this hang out in the refrigerator. Let those flavors penetrate that steak, really get some good freshness on them. Okay, the skirt steak marinated for 4 or 5 hours in the refrigerator. Now it's time to get it on these skewers. And all I did was take a few skewers and soak them in the sink, because you want them to absorb some moisture. It'll stop them from burning when they're on the grill later on. Now to put these on a skewer, I just kind of start at the bottom and kind of accordion your way onto the skewer. Once you get all the way to the top, just kind of spread it out. Now, we're not stacking meat all the way down. I want it to kind of just be a strip on the end of a steak. When we cook it, we can let this hang off. It makes it easier to turn. It looks really nice for presentation. So you just start at the bottom, go in and out till you get up the length of the strip. Gets the top and just kind of flatten it out. You see how it goes through in and out. Okay, we've got all the skirt steak on skewers here. Now it's time to go outside and fire the grill up. We're going to grill these on a Weber just over straight charcoal today. Let the skewers just hang out on your cutting board. We need a few minutes to come up to room temperature while these coals get ready. Take about 15-20 minutes to get the grill good and hot. Stick around, we'll show you how we grill these skirt steak skewers. Okay, I'm out here on my Weber grill, and I kind of set it up with all the coals pushed to one side just so I don't burn my sticks, and I'm just going to work in small batches because it doesn't take these skirt steaks very long to cook at all. We're talking 2 or 3 minutes each side. You want them, a medium rare is okay, but you can't really mess these up. Just leave enough space to turn them. Just time them about 2 minutes, then give them a quick flip. But these have been down for about 3 minutes, and I just wanted to start getting some color on them. We'll go ahead and give them a flip. You can move them around a couple times if you want to, but usually it takes about 6-7 minutes tops to get these completely done. We're cooking them right over pretty hot coals. But you can do this on any kind of grill. Anything you can build a fire on, you can cook steak like this, and it's very, very good. We'll let this side go another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll check them, see how we are. It's been another 3 minutes, so we're going to just give them another little flip here. And we probably need another minute or so. I'm just going to let them go just a little bit longer. I'm still seeing some pink, which is good. We don't want them, we don't want them well done, but you're not going to mess these up if you go over just a hair. Okay, it's been about 7.5 minutes on this first batch of skewers, and you don't really go by a thermometer on these. Since we're cooking such a thin piece of steak, it's really all by sight. And when I start seeing it brown up and it's getting some marks on it, you can feel it. That's as much as I want these to cook, because I still want to keep them in that medium range. So I'll go ahead and get them off here. They'll carry over a little bit, but not like a regular thick steak that's really got some mass to it. But this is going to be about perfect. Now I'm going to cook this other batch, and we'll get to go inside and show you how we plate up this football food. All right, we've got both batches of the skirt steak skewers grilled up. This is how I plate them up. We just serve them with the remainder of that chimichurri sauce and just kind of fan them around a platter, and these will go fast at your next football party. I'm going to have to give one of these a shot here. And all you do is just top it with a little bit of that chimichurri sauce. Right off the end of that stick. Who doesn't love food on a stick, right? But no, that's good and tender. You can see it's about medium, but that's fine for these skirt steak. It's super tender. We cut it across the grain, marinated it for at least 4 hours, but hey, go overnight. Trust me, the flavors will just get better. So hey, thanks for checking out another football food here at HowToBBQRight. If you like what we're doing, just subscribe to our channel. Hey, and hit share. We're going to be doing a bunch of these videos throughout the course of the football season. We've got some others out there, so check them out. Until next time.